सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I thank Dallas Hindu Temple and their authorities for hosting this program. A wonderful reception they offered for me. As you all may be aware, I am speaking on Yoga Sutras, Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. This whole year we are dedicating for living enlightenment, Jivan Mukti, that one truth. And this whole trip, my world tour, we are dedicating it for Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. Patanjali is the father of yoga. All the yoga systems and greatest master with the largest following in the planet Earth. The other day I was reading an article. There are different masters who touch different levels of human beings. Somebody touches only the emotional balancing, means they give life solutions. People try to practice. Some people touch just the physical dimension. There are some masters who touch the mental level. There are some masters who touch the conscious growth. But Patanjali is a master who touches you in all levels: physical, mental, spiritual and social. Greatest master who is founder of all the yoga systems. I can say he is unique because he is the first master who made enlightenment as a science, who brought life and logic to the whole spiritual world. Till Patanjali, enlightenment was more or less like an accident. You should be continuously doing something, suddenly it may happen. But with Patanjali, he made the whole thing a system. Enlightenment or Atmajnana is not an accident. He makes the whole thing as a system, and step by step he guides us. Beautiful 8 steps which he calls Ashtanga Yoga. Through that he guides seekers. His words are universal. When he starts talking about his teachings, he uses a beautiful word, Sarva Bhaumya Vrataha, means the universal truths, universal vows. So what he talks universally applicable to all human beings. Today I am going to speak on 16th Sutra. he beautifully describes what is yoga and how to achieve that state of yoga step by step. First thing I want all of you to know, yoga is not just physical posture, it has more sanctity to it. It is something beyond body. It helps you to have health and mental well-being, but it is not just replacing your anasin and metasin. We have idea yoga is just for health, physical health. No. Yoga can give, physical health is side effect of yoga. Yoga by itself is more sacred. It has its own sanctity. Patanjali exactly describes what is yoga and leads us to that yoga state, that yogi state by different sutras, by different verses. In these verses which I am going to speak now, he is talking about Vairagya. It's a very beautiful word. Vairagya. I can say the ideas which Patanjali is sharing with us now with the sutra Vairagya, this is the Vedic solution for this economic crisis. He is giving us Vedic solution. If this one word is understood, this one concept, this Vairagya is understood properly, we will not have the problems of extreme materialism and the problems created by the extreme materialism, and many problems created inside us by these so-called spiritual ideas. This understanding of this word Vairagya is necessary for the people who live in the world and people who work towards the spiritual enlightenment. In both levels, we need to understand this word, a very powerful word. You can say most misunderstood idea in the spiritual world is Vairagya. And this word is translated into English always as detachment. No, it's not detachment. In Sanskrit, we have three words. Raga means attachment. Araga means detachment. Viraga means beyond attachment and detachment. So the word Vairagya has to be translated as beyond attachment and detachment. It's like a transcending. The word Vairagya has to be translated as transcending the attachment, not detachment. This one confusion, this one word has created too much of confusion in the spiritual world. Because it is not understood properly, the concept was never practiced. The moment you use the word detachment, people are afraid. They don't want to listen to what you are talking. They don't want to listen to what you are talking. I have seen the very word detachment or renunciation is enough. Either they get up and walk or mentally they are shut. If they don't have that much of confidence, that much of courage to get up and walk, if they have some other work, they sit, but mentally they are closed. Patanjali gives us universal solution. Understanding of this one word can create cognitive shift in us, the way in which we observe things, the way in which we think, the way in which we express our understandings in our life as action. It's a very powerful sutra. He is describing about Vairagya in two sutras, 15th Sutra and 16th Sutra. Now let's enter into today's Sutra, the 16th Sutra. If any of you wanted to know about the last sutras, whatever I have spoken, 15 sutras, it's available in YouTube. If you find time, please go through. It will really help you understanding about the earlier sutras. Now, I will enter into 16th sutra, the today's sutra. I will read the sutra, then give you the translation, then we will enter into the commentary. Tatparam Purushakyade Guna Vaidrishinyam. Let me repeat the sutra again. Tatparam Purushakyade Guna Vaidrishinyam. There are many translations. The beauty of Sanskrit language is each word, if you break, will give you different meanings. The Sutrakaras, the Acharyas who write sutras, they play with Sanskrit. If you read as one line, it gives you one meaning. If you break it as words, it gives you different meaning. If you study word by word, it gives you different meaning. All meanings are what they mean. That's the beauty of Sanskrit. All meanings are what they mean. They have kept all the secret keys, the spiritual keys in the sutras. So whoever reads, whoever listens, whoever internalizes, they understand as according to their maturity. An initial level seeker, if he opens up this book, he will have inspiration to work on the sutra. A seeker who was working on these ideas for a few years, if he opens and rereads, he will have inspiration to go to the next level. A seeker who is almost done with everything, who is in the verge of enlightenment, if he reads, he will have that last push, that final jump. You can understand the sutra in many ways. I will try to give the translations, 2-3 translations, and try to share what I need to share about the sutra from my own understanding and from my own experience. The translation of the sutra is from Swami Vivekananda, and I have 12 sutras, 12 translations. Maybe I will read 2 sample so that you can understand the same sutra, how it can be viewed by different acharyas in different ways. Vivekananda's translation. Tatparam Purushakyade Guna Vaidrishinya. This is the sutra. Vivekananda translates as, that is extreme non-attachment which gives up even the thirst for the gunas. The guna word has no English word. It's not, you can't translate the word guna as character. Guna means the moods which you carry. Sometime, suddenly you will see, for no reason, you are in low mood. Sometime, for no reason, you are in a restless mood, irritated, agitated. Sometime, for no reason, you are in that restful awareness mood. These are the 3 major gunas we live with. That dullness or depression, we call in Sanskrit tamas, inertness. Agitated, irritated, restless, we call that as rajas, rajoguna. Restful awareness, very peaceful and completely aware of what is happening inside and outside. This we call it as sattva guna. Swami Vivekananda says, when he translates these sutras, that is extreme non-attachment which gives up even the thirst for gunas, even the thirst for these moods, and which comes from the knowledge of the real nature of Purusha. He says, even the thirst for three gunas should be renounced, which can happen only when you understand the Supreme Self. This is the Vivekananda's translation. Here I will read Jnaneshwara's translation, Sant Jnaneshwara. Indifference to the subtlest elements, constituent principles, or qualities themselves, achieved through a knowledge of nature of pure consciousness, is called supreme non-attachment. You can see how two different masters view this sutra from different level. Now I will try to give my translation, how I am translating, and try to add whatever I want to add. Many Sanskrit words, the moment you try to translate with one English word, you will reduce the quality of that depth of that word.